All homeschooling parents and teachers understand the luxury and the freedom of teaching whatever in the world you want to teach, right? Okay, not just whatever you want. You know that students can't just read Diary of a Wimpy Kid and call it a day. They deserve to be well versed in all things reading, writing, grammar, and even poetry. Hey guys, welcome to PEZ Talks. My name is Jessica and I am a homeschool teacher as well as a private tutor, and I wanted to share with you my experiences with the Michael Clay Thompson curriculum and kind of talk about the pros and cons. So one of the things I've gotten to do is use the physical books, which by the way, they come with quite a few options, and I've also used the online portion with one of my students. So let's get right into it. So what exactly is Michael Clay Thompson curriculum? It's a homeschooling curriculum created by former teacher turned author and consultant Michael Clay Thompson himself. In my opinion, he has a very professory look and a dry sense of humor too, because I've heard him talk in the online videos. For self-paced learning, you can order the books and walk through each one with your students. The ones here are for upper elementary ages. I like how each textbook has a specific focus. The poetry book breaks down all the basic and advanced forms of poetry. The font is clearly emphasized to capture attention. There's a step-by-step simplicity to it that keeps learners from getting overwhelmed. The Paragraph Town book uses a story to explain how to write good paragraphs and why sensible, organized paragraphs are important. If you remember the nightmare of diagramming sentences, you get to relearn this in a logical way that builds upon itself so that it's less intimidating. So guys, what are the 8 parts of speech? Can you name all of them? I'm going to show you guys the upper level curriculum I have. Upper level could be used with both middle and high school ages. The Magic Lens will teach you everything you need to know about grammar, I promise you, and as you can see, I've marked this thing up like crazy. Level 1 contains explanations and examples of the 8 parts of speech. You can spend as much or as little time on this information. Now, this is the parent manual, aka the teacher's manual. Of course, students have their own book. I love the manual because it gives extra tips, and I recommend making notes in the margin. Level 2 is part of a sentence such as a subject. Do you remember learning about subjects and predicates? This book makes this concept incredibly clear. Level 3 is all about phrases such as prepositional phrases. By the way, my students have the prettier colored edition, yet this parent manual is grayscale. No big deal though. And level 4 has clauses. For some of you, this may be a throwback to your elementary or middle school days of learning how to identify sentence types. I recommend printing this out and hanging it up in a convenient area in your classroom or in your workspace. If you choose to purchase this practice book, students can label all 4 of the major elements, the parts of speech, parts of a sentence, phrases, and clauses. The parent manual comes with the answer key. Below the sentence are extra tidbits about that sentence that you may choose to go over with students for further analysis. Of course, the student books only have the sentences, so they will be challenged to label as many details as possible. There are 100 sentences, and my students have yet to finish all of them. If you want to see what a blank student sentence book looks like, you can go back to the beginning of my video to catch a glimpse of my student at work. His copy is the upper elementary level. This book is my favorite just because I love vocabulary so much, and there are plenty of sections here. You guys might be surprised how many Greek and Latin stems we actually already know. And then over here you can see, where did my words come from? Wow, now I kind of get it. For upper level, there are upper level questions, and these come with every single set of vocabulary words here. And you guys can really spend weeks and months doing this. I promise it takes quite a while. Writing is covered as well. This is called advanced academic writing. It could just be mostly for your middle and upper level students. And you get to write papers, and he breaks down some examples here of the best MLA formatting and how to do it. Does this look familiar to any of you? Comment below if you loved or disliked writing papers in school. No shame. So the question that some of you might be wondering is, do I like this curriculum? Is this curriculum good for all students or maybe just certain students? Well, for the most part, I do like it. I think it's really in depth. I think it's extremely thorough. I think it can teach you better than public school or even private school can teach you, but it's not something that is easily taught. Like, if you want curriculum that is just you read the script, you hand out worksheets, it's totally step by step, like for almost anybody to do, I wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend it for parents and teachers who have an excellent background in ELA, or if you're just, extremely intelligent and you want to take some very heavy yet well-made content and to just try to do it one book at a time, you can do that. The online portion will be talked about in another video, so I'll do a little bit of a teaser here, and it is kind of nice, but I will say that one of my students does take the online portion, but I actually have to help him walk through certain things. One of the books he has to read with the online portion is Peter Pan, and even though he's a good reader, Peter Pan just being pretty outdated compared to modern standards, it's something that he needs help with. So it's just not content that can easily be administered. Like, it's not content that your child can probably do totally independently unless they are extremely gifted and extremely organized. I would recommend hiring a teacher like me who knows the content really well, who knows the books, who can walk through it. It does seem to be marketed toward gifted students, so that doesn't mean that it's only for ultra smart, bright kids. I think struggling students could use this, but they would need a lot of guidance. Guys, thanks for watching this video. If you think the Michael Clay Thompson curriculum is right for you, or even if it's not, comment below. Ask me some questions because I've been using this content for about 2 years now, so I know it pretty darn well. My website as well as my contact information will be linked below this video. Like I said, I could be the one teaching your child. Don't be afraid to reach out. Guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.